yo, turn me up. Mic check 1, 2. Hey. Three different flavors, what's your taste? We twerk when we hear that bass. Your favorite sisters in a place with style and grace. Classy, we sassy with the ratchet. We party late to a rapper when we showing up. We showing up body. Three sisters, we can talk dish. Spit etiquette, they convo be lit. She clutch it, classy and ratchet. We can't help it. 2 out of 3 conflicts dismissed. Hey, what's up, my favorite people? It's your honest hairstylist, Miss Love, and you are listening to She Clutch It, your podcast on etiquette for the everyday people. So you won't get looked at sideways, because we want you to win. I'm here with my co-hosts. What up, though, sisters?
What up?
Hey, y'all.
Yes, and we are joined with a special guest. What up, though, Miss Tanya? How you doing?
Well, hello, everybody. Everybody.
Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, and, you know, Tanya, you are one of the homies, okay?
Cool.
And
You are.
That's a good label.
For sure.
Right. And, you know, your honest hairstylist, you know, loves the people that patronizes her. And I don't fall in love with the choir, but, okay. Yeah, that's what they say. Don't fall in love with the choir. Yes, but this is one of the ones who, you know, I love this one right here. Yes, this is the dog. So, look, we always talk about etiquette. Always talk about etiquette.
Always
and
something to talk about.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Them
And-
4 hours just not enough time.
Right, because it's always a conversation on what someone has done to be offensive or that we just couldn't believe that they did. Like, oh my gosh. So, I want to start off talking about customer service. And when someone in customer service refers to you by a pet name. So, for example, if your waitress calls you sweetie or babe, or if the person who's waiting on you at the grocery store checking out, hey, how you doing today, sugar pie? What's the etiquette on that? How do we feel about being called anything other than miss or ma'am or just hello? How do we feel about pet names for customer service? Is that etiquette or is it not?
Who going first?
We'll let you go first, babe. It sounds like you have something to say.
I know, that's good.
Okay. So I feel like everybody is different, and you'll get people to complain about even you calling them ma'am and sir, right? But I think that, you know, the honey, the sugar pie, all of that, that's cute. You know, that's like warming. It's more like friendly, like, you know, oh, you're a sweetheart. You know, like it makes me like want to tip you or something. Yeah, I think it's cute. But a lot of people would be offensive just because you can't satisfy everybody.
Yeah. What do you think about it, Tanya?
I want to bring the point of great topic, by the way. Great topic.
Thank you.
Hope you got a lot of listeners so we can get this information across.
Right.
One of my biggest pet peeves is when I go into the Arabic community and patronize something in their establishment and it's baby. It's honey.
Aw.
That is
And
very
they do that.
offensive to
Really?
me as a black woman. Now, forgive me for my prejudice because we got them. My prejudice is if another nationality was to approach me with those niceties and they're strangers, I think it's very inappropriate, especially in a customer service atmosphere, because it should be a ma'am, sir, Mr., Miss type of situation in a customer service. But I let my brothers do it all day.
Yeah.
My brothers all day, yeah. I'm giggling.
Yeah, I'm baby then.
Yeah. Hey, brother, how
Exactly.
you doing? But of another nationality, or I think those niceties are inappropriate, especially in a customer service setting.
So you let the
Keep
brothers.
it fun.
How you feel about that, Queen? What up, Queen?
They get the
You said
pass.
it's annoying.
They get a
Not from
pass.
strangers. Not from
Yeah.
strangers. Because I think we should hold those heavy heart or those heartfelt sentiments to heartfelt people. You don't know those people.
So
like that.
it feels
They're strangers.
generic to you when they
Very.
call you that.
Okay.
Very. I'm not your
Okay.
baby. I got a whole nother topic about the baby thing anyway. It reverts to the infantile setting
okay.
to me. You know, it reverts you back to.
You say, I'm a grown ass
baby.
woman. Don't call me
Right,
baby.
right. That's another
What about like
topic.
sweetie?
Sweetie is appropriate. I
Okay.
dated a guy for years, and that was my pet name for him, Sweetheart.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Sweetie this, or I call my honey now.
Yeah.
So because he's my honey, I wouldn't dare say that to
Yeah.
a stranger because I use that for my honey.
Now, I do feel a certain way about that because a guy who I was dating used to call me Sweets. And we
Cute.
were out, and he called the waitress Sweets. I'm like, wait a minute, wait a damn minute, that's my name.
Yeah.
Right. Don't
Drop
you
the
call
phone,
no.
really. Drop the phone.
No, no, you call her ma'am.
Yeah, really. Don't even address her, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Note that, fellas.
right.
Yeah, that's why you should never use them. Because
Yep.
you'll use them more in your personal life than you would
Yeah, that's
to
true.
strangers.
Yeah,
I
Rita,
would
how
say
you
that.
feel about customer service and the pet names?
Etiquette is inappropriate. Technically you're supposed to not address people. Even when I was in nursing school, they taught us do not address people like that.
Yeah.
However, I'm guilty to doing that because I'm like, I'll call somebody boo in a minute or
Darling.
sweetie, sweetheart, all of that.
So you're guilty.
Yeah, I am, and it's just personal. You know what I'm saying? I feel like when you calling someone by a pet name, it's more personal.
So you want them to feel personal and close with you.
Yeah, especially if they're like my patients and stuff.
I was just about to say
That's
that's the feel
different,
Rita's
though.
in. That's what she's
Yeah.
trained to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Make you feel at home.
Yeah,
comfortable.
exactly. Right.
Like you're around family and people who know and love you.
And after a while, they do become personal to you.
They do.
You
Yeah,
know, you
they
see them
do.
every day.
So it's worth it, sweetheart, because you know that.
Right, they're really my sweetie.
Right. Yeah.
But I mean, shit, if you my nurse, you could call me sweetie, especially you looking at my
Yeah.
butt and down my throat and at my
Exactly.
cleavage.
Yeah,
Make
all
them
of that.
feel-
You all in my business.
Give me my surname, please.
Surname.
No, then I feel uncomfortable. Feel like a stranger.
That is so funny.
And the customer service feel, that's nothing worse than going through a drive-through and it's, how can I help you, honey? Huh?
Oh, that's
Yeah.
cute.
Can I get a large coffee? And your manager.
Too early for that, huh?
Don't call me honey till after you give me my damn coffee.
She wasn't ready.
Excuse me, I'm trying to get over something. A little under the weather.
Hey, it's the time of year here in the good old mitten state. We thawing out.
Yeah, our bodies.
Right.
And the germs.
Yes.
Everything leaving our bodies.
Talk about it, nurse. Okay, so Tanya, you are a person who I know that knows a lot about dealing with law enforcement. I do believe that people need to know how to deal with people who are in law enforcement, whether it be court or with some service of police, somebody to protect and serve. So when it comes to etiquette on dealing with law enforcement, what can you tell people to do? Say, just for example, if they just have been flicked and pulled over, what is the proper thing to do when you're speaking with someone?
It's funny because, even though the experience I have, when I'm stopped by the police, I do it like it's textbook. Pull over, foot off the brake, put in park, foot off the brake, turn off the vehicle, put the key on the dash, roll down the back windows if you have 10 hands on the steering wheel. I'm in law enforcement, and I'll do that today when somebody stops me. Not to jump off the subject, but this is a real. Have you guys seen If Beale Street Could Talk?
No.
Have you seen I don't want to be spoiler alert. Anyway, we hear it all the time how we are protective of our black men, of our young black men, and we teach them etiquette when it comes to the police. Be respectful.
Absolutely.
Be respectful. Do what they ask you to do.
Yeah.
Don't have all this attitude. Listen to what they say. In the right, wrong, indifferent. Do what they say. Yada yada.
Yeah.
You want your young black man to make it back home.
Right.
It's truth to it.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, whether it's a black officer, a white officer, a black female officer, or a white female officer, it's all the same. They just want the respect that's owed to them. And when you follow the direction, it shows compliance and it makes us feel just a little bit more safer dealing with you.
Yeah.
Because know that everyone we meet doesn't have a name in the face. It's a potential harm to us or somebody. That's just the way they train. They train you to be compassionate in the medical field. They train you to think 5 steps ahead in the law enforcement field. So unfortunately, you can't see Granny as a nice little old lady or the petite young black female as just a small, petite young black female. No, it depends on the situation. Those people can come out the box and take lives in a minute. So same thing. Stop. Hands visible.
But see,
No furtive movements.
Yeah, that's a good one though. The turn the car off.
Yes.
Keys on the dash
Dash.
and rolling down the back windows. Because
If
boy,
the
I
bitch
tell
got
you, they be
tint,
looking.
yeah. They do be all like.
Because we've
With the
seen
flashlight.
too many scenarios, read too many stories, or too many blogs about how you just didn't see that tint. I don't like tint on my vehicles because I can't see. I didn't tour up too many cars with tint. But it's hard, it's difficult to see, and your life can be changed in an instant if you can't see. You got to have that swivel head.
Yeah. I know a lot of people are into the whole, like we always say conspiracy realies. We don't say conspiracy theories.
Realies,
But
I
I've
like
been
that.
hearing it's a thing going around that you do not have to have you don't have to allow your car to be searched if you're not being detained. That is something that's going around where people really think that, they don't have to allow the officer to search the car.
If you don't have a warrant.
Yeah, like it's so many, conspiracies, around that. And it's like, you don't want to always believe what you hear.
True.
Because
You better
ignorance
know.
becomes a
Yeah,
problem.
because
Yeah.
ignorance
Yeah.
is no excuse.
Exactly. You better know.
Yeah, I learned
Yeah.
that early. Ignorance is no excuse. I'm like, but I didn't know. Ignorance
Yo,
is no
bad.
excuse. Yeah.
Yeah, people, much like the Bible, people pick and choose what pieces that they want to adapt to their lives and make it fit in their lives to where it seems like they're right in the situations or the things that they do. The law is nothing different. It's a lot of fine lines, but know whenever you come into a police contact, it's some kind of detainment. Whether it's just a
So whether if
citizen
you've been
contact,
pulled over, that is
yes,
considered
it is
detainment.
some type of detainment.
Okay.
Whether it's just citizen, how are you today, ma'am? Is everything good? Nice sunny day. Or it was nice speaking with you. Have a good day. And you're on your way. Or someone says something's going on around here. We're not sure. So just hold tight for a second. Let us figure out what's going on. And we'll have you on your way as soon as we figure out what's going on. Or, nope, you come with us. You have a right to remain silent. So no matter what level, it's some kind of detainment. And it's the officer's responsibility to make it as plain and clear to you what's going on and why we want you to hang around just a little bit longer. And sometimes you got to say the word, you are being detained.
Okay.
But sometimes it's kind of like come into contact with us. I got some questions for you. Hold tight. This is part of detainment. And as far as the searching issue, it's that probable cause that.
Okay. I figured.
What is a conspiracy?
Yeah, a probable
theory?
cause.
Conspiracy, really.
They'll find a probable cause, though. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a probable cause type deal. So that's a lot of gray areas. What ifs, what ifs, what ifs. We could talk all day about that.
Gotcha.
Just make sure you're not rolling dirty. Worry about nobody searching your ride. But I understand privacy. I wouldn't want somebody to stop me saying, hey, can I look in your glove? For what? I got 1,001 questions too. So I think it's the position you put yourself in.
Right.
Yeah, that's true. That's so
Because
true.
you don't ask everybody to search their ride.
Right.
Right.
They just
But
ask
if you got
you.
a probable cause.
Right.
Right.
All right. So, yes, be patient, be nice, be compliant, and everybody wants to go home safe.
Safely, that's
Yeah.
it.
That's what's up.
That's
the
being
bad guy.
pulled over etiquette. Okay.
I know. Don't read into those YouTube videos.
Because
of
I'm
people
telling you, it's
cussing out
so
the
many
officer and
YouTube
officers
videos and on Instagram
being
videos.
sarcastic.
Even though it's kind of
Right.
the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But to
It's
keep
my
it
First
real,
Amendment
it's
right.
a such thing as driving while black.
Oh,
Yeah.
There is a
Oh,
such
absolutely.
thing.
Oh,
For
yeah.
sure.
Sometimes
And
when you
depending on where
stop
you're driving
by
at.
a certain type of person, white, black, Because blacks can be racist against blacks too.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like, that's real.
Absolutely. Because there's a lot of people, black people, that think
Yeah.
white is right.
But that's
Yeah.
where your experience kicks in. If you paying attention, you know what you're dealing with, and you handle those type of people appropriately. Because police are not; they're still people, not just because they police.
Right. People are
Firefighters act
people.
like that. Nurses act like that.
Exactly.
Accountants act
Yeah,
like
that's a
doctors
people
act
thing.
Like people
Yeah.
thing.
Right. And while we are on the subject of law enforcement, you guys, I have a segment of the podcast that I just want to throw in here that I came up with. It's called Is You Dumb? Hand me the bell.
Ding
So-
it first. Thank you. Is you dumb?
Right. So, yes, we
Are
talk
you
about,
dumb?
I say to my little one all the time, "You is kind."
Thank you.
smart,
Yes.
important.
That's important.
Hey, don't get
real.
lost in the dialect.
That's right.
Right.
Understand the meaning.
Yeah,
Right.
for real.
Dumb.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
meaning.
So,
Meaning.
for my classy people, yes, we do know proper standard English, and it is, are you
Like,
dumb?
that just made me
But this
uncomfortable.
right
Is you dumb?
But this right here is a ratchet segment, okay? We doing it for ratchet stuff that has happened that I think is dumb. So,
Okay.
is you dumb? So, we love and hip hop Atlanta, right?
Yeah, that's
We
my
get
favorite
st-
one.
I know, right?
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, so I just heard our girl Tommy. Big ups to Tommy. Anybody who has demons and issues that they have to, constantly fight, because it's a constant fight. I always, wish the best, never quit quitting.
Right.
Go lay on somebody's couch if you have to, find some meditation, do what you have to do. But, big ups to her. Hope she comes out of this well. But the homegirl Tommy of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta went to court
Excuse me. Did that end up on there?
Good.
on a child abuse case.
Who
She wa-
already has a drinking issue.
Right.
Yeah,
Yes.
we
I don't
Tommy
follow,
ha-
but
Tommy
that's what
has
I do
a
remember
history.
from
Yeah.
her.
See, and you know that much, and you don't
Yeah,
even follow. So
exactly.
yeah, and that's why I
Right.
said what I said coming into this, because she does have a history.
Yeah.
So Tommy went to court on a child abuse case, and she was drunk at the court session. The judge realized that she was drunk, but of course he wants to be for certain. Judge sends her out to have a alcohol test. Alcohol test comes back at a 0.16,
Wow.
which is twice the legal limit.
Yes.
Wow.
Please hear.
Any number in front of the point, you in trouble.
Yeah, because the legal limit is
how you get
0.08.
that drunk?
However, they really, really want you to be at a 0.05 to where, it's like, okay, we not going to
I've
give
had
you
a couple
DIA.
beers.
Right, exactly.
You can make it home. Just go straight there.
Right, yeah. I had 2 glasses of wine. Yes, but 0.16, that's twice the legal limit. You drunk as fuck going to the court on child abuse case.
You asking for trouble.
Is you
Okay,
dumb?
You deserve.
Is
yes,
you dumb?
You're dumb.
Is you dumb?
There again, you just gave her support shout out about
Right.
getting
But we know
yourself
she
together.
has
You got an
alcoholism
issue.
is
Yes,
a disease.
It's a disease.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Sure.
when you have a disease, it's not that easy. You don't think rationally. So
Yeah.
and not to mention what she going to court for anyway. I can imagine any mama you threaten to take away her baby, she done lost it. So her only coping skill is to do what she knows.
Go to the bottle. Yeah.
And,
But right
and-
before
and let her tell it she's functioning. Her shirt is fixed straight.
Yeah.
Her slip not showing.
Yeah.
Let her tell it, because she's been doing this for years.
Right.
Uh-huh.
So I do think she has a problem, and it's not that easy to say,
Right.
because it's a disease like gambling and drugs and domestic violence.
So instead of
Need
jail,
help.
should we have sent her to, should they have sent her to AA?
I mean, she obviously
How many
needs
times?
help.
Yeah.
And keep putting her in jail isn't
Right.
worse off.
But I feel like, didn't she go to rehab before?
Yes.
It's possible. It's sometimes
Dealing with
one
the
time
They
is not
say
enough.
It take what?
It may
5
take more than one
times
time.
before,
Yeah.
at least. you know?
Yeah, I try until you get it right.
Yeah.
It's a battle every day. Try until you get it right.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, when kids involved, you can't give them that many chances with
Right.
the children.
Yeah.
So that might be a losing battle for her until she can get herself right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah. She
But
need
yeah.
to figure out what's important to her.
Dumb decision, but we make them when we lost in our addiction.
Absolutely. Okay. Also, the homie.
DMX. Yeah.
What
The
happened
two
to
birds.
him?
We already know who we talking about.
That's my man.
What your bitches want from a nigga?
I'm like, you said, yeah, I need you to put a little more.
Make him proud. Put some bass in your
you
voice.
know?
I'm a girl. I'm a bitch.
Still growl. Bitches growl.
So
Got a whole bunch of kitty cats in here.
DMX.
Don't
and-
or lick my
Did she use her
ear.
tongue?
Yes.
DMX and the crew were hanging out in LA at the clubs, having them a good time. They go in, party it up. The driver is driving a Corvette. They leave the club. The driver does
How
not
many of them
have.
is it?
I don't know. It's a Corvette. I'm gonna guess
Probably
it's 2.
not to ride. Oh, okay. Talking
That
about in the
sounds
car.
right.
Yeah,
I mean, 'cause
DMX
I'm
in the
thinking
he
it's
wasn't
entourage.
driving.
'Cause
So
his
the
license is
driver
bad.
comes
Right.
out.
Because
So
he
the
fresh out
homie is the
joint.
driver.
Yeah,
then.
DMX
Okay.
and the homie come out of the club, and he has lost his valet sticker. So valet already know who they are, of
Definitely.
course.
Yeah.
So valet like, all right, I'm gonna go get it. Valet pulls up the Corvette. They get in the Corvette. They gonna head to the next club on Sunset Strip. So later on, another guy comes out the club with his valet sticker, gives it to valet, and he comes back. Sir, your car is not here. So they figure out that, hey, but it is a Corvette over here. Valet
messed up
brought
the
the
wrong
wrong
Corvette.
Corvette. However, they took the Corvette that was there, drove to the other club because they knew where they were going, switched out the cars, no harm, no foul. The man got his car back, and DMX driver got his car back.
Okay.
The thing is, on Is You Dumb, is the valet driver grabbed the wrong car,
Yeah.
and
You get in
you
the
got
car
into a car.
that don't even belong to
Hello,
you.
And you
and
ain't
you
even
done
noticed.
drove all the way to the
But they
next
probably
spot.
lit.
That's what I said. They probably
You
drunk.
know, but what should have happened was valet should have told them to come with them to make sure they got the right car. Like, oh, you don't have your valet.
Self like that.
You ain't got your, but you don't have your valet sticker. You know what I mean? Like, let me make sure. You know.
And that's what bothers me about people who cut corners. I'm sorry. If my engine light on, I'm going to get it checked. I ain't going to put a sticker in front of it praying it's going to go away. I'm going to do the right thing and call somebody and say, hey, this is wrong. Can you fix this for me? Instead of just trying to put Band-Aids on stuff and you have to come back and readdress it again. The valet, I would have fired his ass.
Yeah.
He definitely deserves to be fired. Yeah.
Because you shortcut it. If you don't got a ticket through here, I'm sure it's a process and a
Right.
It's,
right.
it's a step to do when you
Absolutely.
lost
Yeah.
a ticket. If you gotta
Right.
wait till the end of the night, things like that shouldn't happen. That could cost somebody their business.
Yeah.
Lawsuit, definitely. You
No
know.
telling what was in that car.
Exactly.
So we gonna say that valet is dumb?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Okay, because
Both.
we gonna
both.
because I have pulled open a car door that looks just like mine. I'm guilty, but once I looked inside, I'm like,
It's
oh
like, wait,
shit,
this ain't my
this
shit.
not
Cushion
mine.
don't-
Wait, you got all the way in the car?
Right, and drove.
No, but right, you got in the car, you drove it, you didn't see your same little tree sticker hanging.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah. And
Right.
then the driver could have just been toasted.
And
Yeah,
that's why we
what
know
I'm saying.
kind of
get
sort of
into
give
my
her.
ride and
Yeah.
it don't feel like my ride. 'Cause
Right.
I'm-
Yeah, the seat. you
Right.
know.
Like, dang, maybe I'm lit right now because this don't seem
that's some
right.
telltale
Yeah.
You done got in the car and drove all the way to the
You
next
probably too
destination.
drunk to be
Whole
driving
nother
anyway.
And then the celebrity,
Yeah.
how often are they in their car every day? You know, we drive ours every
Right.
day. They drive theirs as novelty.
Could've been a rental.
Right.
Don't tell them. That might have been the first time you drove that car.
That
Go
sounds like it
valet.
could have been a rental. So
Could've been a rental.
yeah,
True
exactly.
that.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Yeah,
So
for real.
valet, yeah, you get to haul and shit.
Yes, on that.
And you know, shout out to valets. 'Cause I don't like to put down anybody's job, but that's why I do not like to valet.
I don't valet.
Mm.
I don't want
Because
nobody in my
I've
car.
even seen valet where they have lost the person's keys and had to look for them. Yeah,
There's a lot of
But-
things that can go wrong
but
with
it's
that
a lot.
valet.
Yeah.
And I like the valet because I like to walk
it depends on where I'm at.
True.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
just
True.
gonna say
Like if
that.
I have on my 3-inch heels and I'm going somewhere fancy,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
absolutely want to
Definitely.
valet.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
my thing is, for one, I always have some change in the council for whatever reason.
Yeah.
It's just something
Yeah.
that's
Right.
true.
Right.
Yeah.
So 9 times out of 10, I'm gonna reach for that to tip the valet. So for one, I'm checking your honesty. My dollar's there. Okay, it's still there. There you go. But what pisses me off is when you change the station, whether you turning it on or off, and trying to adjust some seats.
Yeah.
Don't turn it on. Don't turn it off. Don't adjust no seats. You doing
Well,
way
they
too
gonna have to
much.
adjust my seat because I'm
get you
only
a short-
5. Yeah, yes, yeah. That it's not gonna be right. They're not gonna be able to
Shoot, well,
drive
that
the damn
6'1",
car.
that 6'1" better be driving with the elbows out the window.
Knees in the
gonna be
chest.
up
Check.
out the window.
You're not going Ohio, nigga. Shoot,
park the
you
car.
park.
Going apart. Yeah.
Comfortable riding my shit.
Like, don't get that comfortable. Y'all funny. All right, well, ladies, this was fun.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, I always enjoy having a talk of etiquette and
Yeah.
things like that. Thank you for
Yeah.
joining us
Well,
today,
thanks for
Tanya.
having me.
Yeah, this was
Yeah.
fun.
Yes,
Very
sisters.
knowledgeable.
Yeah.
I know,
Now I know
right?
I gotta turn my car off and put the keys on the dashboard.
Right. Hope y'all learned something because that's what we're here for. And I just want to sprinkle a little bit of something that you might have not already known. Or if it's somebody that you know who needs some etiquette, just feel free just to share the podcast with them. And you can follow She Clatchet on all social media websites like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat. Watch us on YouTube. Listen to us on your favorite streaming podcast app, SoundCloud, Apple Podcasts, iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, and look on www.sheclatchet.com. And we always encourage you to be amazing. Peace.